Hello and welcome to my Warhammer 40,000 open day review. I'm going to shoot this review like I would when I review all the things on my channel. I will be releasing another video today that shows the footage and all the photos that I took, and I'll be doing a voiceover and commenting on a lot of the things that I saw there. So stay tuned for that later on. So the open day, like I say, was yesterday. Really great day. This is the little pamphlet that they gave. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen this morning a picture that I took of all the loot, and there is something glaringly obvious in that picture, which I hope you'll get really excited about, and I will be announcing that soon. I will say I had a fantastic day. Spoke to a lot of the designers, the sculptors, the rules writers, codex makers, you name it. I spoke to as many people as I could, asked lots and lots of questions. Sometimes you'll speak to like the designers of models and they won't have a clue about the price. They don't set the prices, they don't, they're not even involved in any of that. They just, sculpt and make the models. All of the easy to build kits that were announced by Games Workshop on the Warhammer community website. So my favourite, the Mythic Blight Hauler, the 3 Blight Lord Terminators and the New Lord of Contagion in a box, Primus Redemptor Dreadnought, were all there. I didn't see the aggressors. I think they might have been in a cabinet, but I didn't see them on the table anywhere. All of those easy to build kits looked absolutely phenomenal. They have tried to keep as much detail as possible. The Blight Hauler in particular is beautiful. I took a load of pictures of it yesterday. I think I'm getting obsessed. It's £15, and I think I said that if it's £15 I get 3 of them, because it's just so cute and such a good little model. And I was really taken aback with the Redemptor Dreadnought. Yes, it only has the Gatling cannon and it doesn't have the rocket pod. They said that they couldn't fit that in the sprue. It only has 12 parts, guys. So the bottom line is that they were there, and I'm really looking forward to them being released. Necromunda, they had a new gang there, the Orlok gang. There's 3 more gangs to be released. No news on Enforcers or Arbites or anything like that, but they did say that Forge World will be making more bounty hunters and hired guns and things like that. So anyway, without further ado, let's just have a little look at what was available and stuff. So these were all the people that were there. I spoke to Ali and Maxime. Maxime, brilliant guy. He basically drew all the concept art and stuff for the Death Guard, and I wanted to sort of personally thank him so much for doing an outstanding job. Robin Crudis was there, the rules writer. Again, I wanted to thank him for all of the codexes that they've been pumping out. I mean, look guys, I remember when they were releasing only a few codexes a year, and believe it or not, before this year is ended, they will have released 10. And you've got to understand that they only started releasing the new codexes. The first one was a Primaris Space Marines, and that was back in what, I want to say August. So for 4 months, they've released 10 codexes. It's unheard of. So hats off to him. And he really gave me a great insight into the 2017 chapter approved book. So I'll be able to share that with you guys too. There were quite a few of the novelists from Black Library there, like Gav and Guy and David. Darren wasn't there, unfortunately. He's the designer for the Astraeus, but he wasn't there. But I did manage to speak to Owen. Had a great chat with Giuseppe. He just creates magic on a model. He really does. If you can ever get a chance to speak to him at one of these events or a demo pod or something, do it, because he's just an incredible artist. I spoke to Tom at the Heavy Metal Painters, and the Golden Demon was there. Obviously that's for the Sunday. These were all the products and things available. So I'll just fold it. So you had Necromunda Underhive, which of course came out on the Friday. I have an unboxing of that if you want to check it out. The Escher gang, the Goliath gang, Gore Halfhorn, £18. The Astraeus Super Heavy Tank for the Primaris, £220. I think that they are very reasonably priced compared to like a Mastodon and things like that. You've got Kassan Sabius and Saray Karagon, £60, but it is quite a big diorama. And then Carib Cullen, the Risen, £80. So it's, I wanted to say £8 more, but Leviathans went up by £1, so Leviathans are now 73, so it's £7 more, but you do get a lot more detail on the legs, the midsection, on the face. You get a completely different power claw that's never been on a Leviathan before. You get the twin assault cannons, and you get a different kind of head with a laurel and some more detail there. So they have put a lot more detail on all the parts for the extra money, and I hope they continue with things like this, make specific, because these are Warhammer 40,000 character series. So this Leviathan is a Warhammer 40,000 specific Leviathan, and I hope they continue with that. I hope they create more character series. So you've now got 3 in the 40k series. You've got these 2, and you've got Gabriel Angelos. They also had a load of goodies like the t-shirts and the barricade separately, the gang dice. Those extra dice are absolutely lovely in person. You had some novels, Legacy of Caliban box set. You got some mugs, novels, and the bases, and then some art prints. So they were all the models and things available as per usual models. You could buy all of those things there, and there seemed to be plenty of everything. All the tickets were sold. It was a packed event, and it was really refreshing to see little kids there and parents and a wide variety of people from the community. I was fortunate enough to meet Leaky Cheese again. Excellent guy. I give him a shout out. He's on my recommended YouTube channels anyway on my main page. But yeah, go and check his channel out. He really goes into depth of all the models, specifically Forge World, but he's very knowledgeable about all the lore of our hobby. So I recommend that. And also I met Chapter Master Barak. He was buying his Astraeus, so he might have put a video up already about it, but a shout out to him because he seemed very pleased that he's got his hands on one. So in summary, it was a fantastic event. I'm really chuffed I went. I don't know whether I can go to all the future ones. I would really like to and share all that content with you all. For me, it's just a whole day. I don't just live sort of like an hour away. I do live a good 3 and a bit hours. So for me, I got up at 5. I think I got back home at about 6, and I did leave early from the event. But I hope it was worth it, and I'll be releasing a video later on today which shows all the photos and things, and I'll be producing a voiceover. So I hope you join me for that video too. Like I say, great event. A nice selection of models. If there's any things I would change, because I don't want to sort of blow smoke up their bum all the time. I am very genuine and honest. People may call it nitpicking, but if there are things that I seek to improve, I go ahead and say it. One thing to improve would be waiting outside for an hour. I think they could have let us in, you know, but just not let us go upstairs, because it was extremely cold. It's 1 degree. Well, hovering above 0 actually. So that could have been improved. Furthermore, having stock of everything, it's the Games Workshop HQ. If you can't buy anything on their store or anywhere else, you should at least be able to buy it from the place it is made. I'm not moaning, but I'll just say I wasn't able to get a Carnifex Brood, which I was really looking forward to, and I wasn't able to get an Exocrine Haruspex, whatever you want to call it. I also couldn't get my hands on a Deredio missile pack either. So there are quite a few things. I mean, I know it's a really nice place for them to be because share prices are really high. They are pretty much triple what they were last year, which is insane. And if you bought 500,000 shares, you'll be an extremely rich man by now. But at the same time, from the questions I asked and from what I heard at the event, they seem to have, I'm not sure whether they've employed more people. I think they have, but I think they've taken a lot of people from existing areas and put them into like specialist games and other departments within the organisation. So obviously something's going to have to give somewhere. I don't think that's a direct cause of out of stock items. I think the direct cause of out of stock items is them pumping out so many excellent codexes, and that having a knock-on impact on the increase in demand. The Tyranids Codex comes out, and I have found it really difficult to get my hands on a Toxicrene, on a Carnifex, on Venomthropes, on Hive Guide. Sorry, Hive Guide weren't there either. And then we don't have to look that far behind to see that there are quite a few Death Guard new releases that were out of stock. I am just hoping that they have built 5 million Myphitic Blight Haulers. Not for me, of course, but you know, so that they'll be able to fulfill everybody's expectations and things. And I think that the Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought is going to sell an awful lot too. So I hope they've made enough of those. The Aggressors and the Blightlord Terminators in the easy to build kits, not so much, but definitely the other two kits. They'll be extremely popular. And that's all I really wanted to say about the Forge World event. If you live in the UK or even in Europe or even in America, you go on the shares, and the increase in customers over the past year has been you guys in North America. So thank you very much. You obviously are loving the hobby at the moment. There are plenty of American YouTube channels that I think have been a huge catalyst for that increase, and Canadian, sorry, and Canadian. I shouldn't have left that out, and I think that they are being acknowledged, which is great, because it's a big market, and it's great that there's been that increase. So wherever you live on the planet, if you ever can get yourself to an open day, even a Forge World one or a 40k one, or if you're into Sigmar, you know, come along for one of those. It's probably better to go to one of those big Games Day events, like at the Coventry Arena that I went to in April, because there's a lot more people, there's a lot more of the staff there, and it's a bigger showcase, bigger event, but it's still a great day to go to the HQ and to typically get hold of any model you'd like there, and to have a good sort of one-on-one chat with all the designers and things that you might not be able to do at the sort of larger events. But yeah, if you're really into the hobby, like I am at the moment, then I couldn't recommend it enough. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about the 2017 Warhammer 40,000 Open Day. I think it's a fantastic event. Would have liked to have seen a Primarch, but not quite ready. Designer wasn't happy with it, so we'll have to wait a couple more months for that. Put your comment below which you think is the next Primarch that they'll release for Forge World, obviously. So I hope you enjoy all the content. I'm very pleased to announce there will be a video every single day in December. So Merry Christmas already. It's only, you know, December is next week. So we're on our way. So I hope you join me throughout the course of December, and that's pretty much to say thank you to all the support I've had over the past year. I've had many more subscribers, a lot more views. I'm just really humbled, and I can't thank you guys enough. Everyone that has watched the videos, subscribed, sent emails to Games Workshop and Forge World to say, hey, Super Saiyan gave a good review of this product. He pushed me over the edge to spend my own money on it. And to all the patrons, thank you so much. It really means a lot that you've gone out and you've worked, and then you've given me like $1 or a few dollars. It really humbles me. It's not the amount, it's the attitude. I really appreciate that. I can't thank you guys enough. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.